Stand by for a start. The Supremacy Stakes field. The all clear given. Gates spring back. They're off and racing. Missing the start. Sarabi by more than a length. Marcos with no early speed. Dropping out as well. Stern Empire after the start. The first to get going. The favourite Aurum Belle from All on Red. He's a Machino, which is out there. 3 deep. Can't get across for the moment. In behind those, Sarabi's picked up good ground after that sluggish start. Joined on the inside now by Snow Monkey. A length and a half behind those to Marcos. Getting back behind them came Incredible Mr. Fox. Last of all, Stern Empire. The favourite leads here at the 400 in the Supremacy. Aurum Belle will lead them for home. He's a Machino trapped off the track. Has Harrod Toradol run outside All on Red. Snow Monkey down on the inside as he goes to work on Aurum Belle. Down inside the 200, Aurum Belle shakes them off, led by 2. Snow Monkey gets to second. Aurum Belle going gangbusters, 75 to go. She's got them done again, Aurum Belle. Far too brilliant. Aurum Belle won the Supremacy well by nearly 2 lengths. Snow Monkey, he's a Machino, battled hard for third. Running on Marcos, Stern Empire, Sarabi next home with All on Red. It faded right out of contention to finish amongst the last of them home, and back there with it as well, Incredible Mr. Fox. Aurum Belle, number 5, the Schnitzel filly, makes it 2 wins now from both appearances for the Neville Parnham stable. And she is bound for the Karrakatta. Number 5, Aurum Belle, defeating 7, Snow Monkey, as was the case when they clashed at their only previous meeting. And he's a Machino who was luckless, but well beaten at the finish after sitting deep all the way. 4th home, 3 Marcos, 5, 7, 2 and 3 are the placings. Aurum Belle for Santo Walliardo and Lynn Sayers. This high-priced filly certainly growing her reputation as we roll forward now to the Gimcrack next, then to the Karrakatta. She's won by 2 lengths in 57.92. A brilliant run. 57.92. 33.65 the last 600. 2 lengths, 2 1/4 the margins. She left them gasping at the top of the straight, kicking away from Snow Monkey. All on Red had had enough. He's a Machino, was feeling a stitch, and Aurum Belle was off and gone. And this very professional filly has won, and won in a breeze. So there is a real sense of history about this. 50 years ago, this very race, a mare by the name of Aurum Belle produced a brilliant filly in Burgess Queen, who was undefeated as a 2-year-old in that season of racing. Snow Monkey second by Trapeze Artist, Simon Miller, Lucy Fiore, and he's a Machino colt from There's None So Sassy, Sean Jake Casey and Chris Parnham. Well, we go to race 6 at 2:59, 4 on patrol, 9 great edition of the scratchings, and they'll go over 1,400 metres. Let's go back downstairs now to the yard. Lockie Taylor is about to catch up with winning trainer in Neville Parnham as this filly continues on her way back to join us here in the enclosure. Lockie?
Thanks, Darren. A really exciting victory from Aurum Belle. She does it again in her second career start as Neville Parnham joins you now. Neville, congratulations. In your opinion, how does that compare to the debut win that we saw on display 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, look, she was pretty raw, as most 2-year-olds are at their first appearance, but she's obviously taken benefit from that, and yeah, I'm pretty confident there's more improvement in her. So, you know, we planned her to sort of be just tick along until the Karrakatta plate. So, you know, we'll front up in a fortnight's time with in the Gimcrack, and then onto the Karrakatta plate. I can't see us running in the sires, but you know, I think we'll probably have better races down the track at the end of the year. But look, while she continues to go like this, you know, she looks like she's very exciting.
She's naturally such a fast filly, and that looks like one of her strengths at this early stage of her career. But this afternoon, she looked to pace herself nicely out in front, which is going to be important moving forward as she steps to 11 and 1200.
Yeah, look, I have no qualms of 1200 metres whatsoever. You know, like you can rein her in and she'll relax. But you know, as soon as Brad asks her and gives her a little bit of a slap on the backside, she really finds. So Yeah, like obviously she won by a couple of lengths and a bit over 2 lengths to the third horse, which obviously didn't get the best of runs, but it's going to come forward too, and I think it's pretty smart. So, look, that might bring them closer together, with a better run for that horse and obviously a better barrier. But look, yeah, I think she's pretty exciting, this filly, and I'm not as nervous today.
We spoke earlier about the fact that she wasn't exactly on her best behaviour for her debut, and she was showing all sorts of antics. How did you compare the way she composed herself here this afternoon?
Better, but pretty full of herself. Yeah, she was a little bit better behaved, but I just noticed when Brad got over her neck, she was sort of having a little bit of a play. So she'll get out of that, and yeah, not many 2-year-olds break 58, so it was a pretty good effort today.
Is it scary to think that she might still not be the fully furnished product, that there still is improvement for her heading towards a Gimcrack and a Karrakatta this time in?
Look, I've no doubt there's more improvement in her, and she'll be a better product, going into those 2 races. But because that's just the way I've planned it and the way I've mapped it. So hence the reason why she's so full of herself. I've kept her a little bit light on in the work, and slowly building from here. So she hadn't raced for 3 weeks, but that's not a big deal for a 2-year-old. I think she's a pretty good horse. Paid plenty of money for her, but getting the results.
Really exciting filly moving forward. Well done.
Thank you.
There's Neville Parnham. She is just about as exciting a 2-year-old I think I've seen for a long, long time, Riley. Aurum Belle takes out the Supremacy Stakes, and Brad Parnham makes it 2 from 2 aboard the Schnitzel filly.
That she certainly is, Lockie. Compelling confidence there from Neville Parnham that she's only going to continue to improve as well and be a tougher task for her opposition heading towards a race like the Karrakatta, which is an ominous sign for any of her rivals. Brad, congratulations on the win. This looks to be a serious talent, this filly, and even though she was taking on a deeper race with more depth to it here today, it was rinse and repeat from her debut performance.
Yeah, pretty much. She sprung the gates pretty good, and I drew inside of the other speed, so I was pretty keen to hold the front, and she got there quite comfortably. And yeah, she's able to sort of cruise at a decent tempo and kick off it. So it's a really good asset to have for a horse like her, and yeah, she's doing it really well at the moment.
Have you seen her progression early in her career between runs? Have you had a lot to do with her behind the scenes, and had she perhaps shown you this level of ability in what you've done with her at home and in work?
Yeah, look, I don't ride her work every day or anything, but when I go in, sort of usually on a Tuesday, I'll give her a gallop, and yeah, she has been very impressive sort of all the way through this prep, but yeah, look, I'd say from last start to today, she's taken another step. I let her go, and she sort of she had them covered quite easy, and I probably had a little bit in reserves, to be honest, but I just wanted to get her around safe, and yeah, but I did think it was a bit of a step up from last start to today.
How do you and the boys work out who gets to ride a filly with this level of ability at home on race day? Is it luck of the draw, or what goes on behind the scenes?
I don't really know, mate. It's luck of the draw. I just get what I'm given, and I do as I'm told. So, sometimes I get lucky, sometimes I don't, but no, I never complain, and yeah, look, I've landed a nice one here, so hopefully she can just stay together and we can get through the Karrakatta and see what she can do.
I know Neville mentioned before her debut performance that he was a little bit more nervous than he usually gets on race day. Do you feel any added pressure with a filly like this, a really high-price yearling, given they don't get many opportunities to win races like this through their 2-year-old season?
Oh, to be honest, not really. I try not to worry about that sort of stuff. I can't control how much people pay for them and what price they start at, so I just go out there and try and treat it as normal and just do the best job I can do. And yeah, if I sort of start to put pressure on myself, it's probably not a good thing, so I just sort of go out there and do what I can.
It's a good way to operate, control the controllables. Well done on the win.
Thank you.
There's Brad Parnham. He combines with his father, Neville, and Aurum Belle. What an exciting 2-year-old filly she is, and she takes out the Supremacy Stakes.